Let's be brutally honest for a second. You are exhausted. Not the kind of exhausted that comes from a long day at the gym. You can sleep for 10 hours and still wake up feeling completely drained. That is because you are not physically tired. You are psychologically depleted. It is the feeling that you are playing a character in a movie you didn't write, reading a script handed to you by someone else. You wake up, you put on your polite face. You go to work. You manage everyone else's fragile emotions. You come home and you wonder, is this it? Is this who I actually am? You feel like an actor who has been on stage for so long they forgot their real name. Society will tell you that feeling this way means something is broken inside of you. They will tell you to take a pill, buy a new product, take a vacation, or just try harder. They want you to numb the pain so you can get back on the invisible treadmill and keep running. But the philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti dropped a truth bomb decades ago that completely shatters this illusion. He said, "It is no measure of health to be well-adjusted to a profoundly sick society." Think about that. If you feel anxious, burnt out, or empty, it is not because you are broken. It is because your mind is healthy enough to realize it is trapped in a cage. You are suffering from the greatest psychological heist in human history, the identity trap. Today, we are going to expose exactly how you were programmed to forget who you are. More importantly, we are going to use the greatest minds in history to show you how to break the programming, shatter the illusion, and take your mind back. Welcome to the Conscious Chamber. Part 1. The Movie Theater and the Carved Block. To understand the trap, we have to go back 2,400 years to the ancient philosopher Plato. He created a concept called the allegory of the cave. Imagine you were born inside a dark movie theater. You are strapped to a chair facing the screen. For your entire life, you watch a movie play out. Because it is all you have ever seen, you believe the movie is reality. You don't know you're in a theater. You don't know there is a beautiful, breathing world outside. This is what happened to you the day you were born. The movie is the programming handed to you by your parents, your teachers, and society. They told you what success looks like. They told you that being a good, quiet child makes you lovable. They installed an operating system in your brain without your permission. The ancient Taoist philosopher Lao Tzu called this original, unprogrammed version of you the pew, the uncarved block. When you were born, you were like a magnificent solid block of raw oak wood. You were limitless. You were loud, curious, and totally authentic. But society took a knife to you. They carved away your loud laugh because it was annoying. They carved away your boundary setting because it was disrespectful. They carved away your wild dreams because they weren't realistic. Eventually, you were carved into a specific, rigid shape. You became a nice, convenient, flat-pack IKEA coffee table. You became very useful to other people, easy to assemble and easy to move around. But you completely lost the magnificent, limitless block of wood you used to be. Healing isn't about fixing the coffee table. It's about remembering you are the oak tree. Part 2, the survival mask and the basement. So, how do we survive being carved up by society? How do we survive the toxic families or the manipulative bosses? We fake it. The legendary psychologist Carl Jung discovered that to survive the trauma of childhood and fit into the world, we split our identity in half. The first half is what he called the persona. Think of it as your permanent customer service voice. It's the fake, polite porcelain mask you wear so people won't get mad at you, judge you, or abandon you. People-pleasing is not a personality trait. It is a trauma response. But where do all your real feelings go? Where does your anger, your weirdness, your boundary setting, and your true power go? You shove them into the basement. Jung called this the shadow. You lock the door and throw away the key. The reason you are so exhausted right now is because of the beach ball effect. Imagine trying to hold a giant inflated beach ball completely underwater. For the first few minutes, you can do it. But eventually your arms start shaking. It takes a massive amount of muscular energy to keep that ball submerged. That is what you are doing with your identity. It takes thousands of psychological calories to hold up that heavy porcelain mask every single day. while simultaneously using all your strength to keep your shadow buried underwater. There is a terrifying warning hidden in an ancient text called the Gospel of Thomas. It says, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you." The authenticity you swallow doesn't just disappear, it rots. The identity you suppress to keep toxic people happy turns into a monster inside you. When the beach ball finally slips from your tired hands, it erupts to the surface. It becomes anxiety, depression, a sudden midlife crisis, or a stress-related illness. You are a ticking time bomb of repressed potential. Part 3. The Unbreakable Vault. But what happens when you finally decide to stop pushing the ball underwater? What happens when you face the people who programmed you? They will try to punish you. They will try to manipulate you back into the box, because your new boundaries are inconvenient for them. But this is where you activate the ultimate psychological defense mechanism. Look at Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in a tiny concrete box. It was an environment mathematically designed by his captors to break his spirit, rewrite his identity, and fill him with hatred. If anyone had the right to let the world turn them into a monster, it was him. But Mandela and other survivors of extreme psychological warfare, like psychiatrist Viktor Frankl, understood one untouchable truth. Frankl famously said that between a stimulus and your response there is a space. And in that space lies your ultimate freedom. Toxic people, bad bosses, and manipulative family members can take almost everything from you. They can steal your time, drain your bank account, and ruin your reputation. But inside your mind there is a tiny, impenetrable vault. Inside that vault is your ability to choose your reaction. Think of manipulators like internet spammers. They are constantly sending you emotional junk mail, guilt trips, passive-aggressive comments, and anger. But you have an emotional spam folder. No manipulator can pick the lock to your vault. They can only get in if you willingly hand them the key by reacting emotionally. Mandela realized that if he spent his life hating his captors, they would still be controlling his mind. Resentment is just drinking poison and waiting for your enemy to die. By choosing radical forgiveness and unbreakable focus, he didn't let his captors off the hook. He completely evicted them from his mind. He sent them to the spam folder. He became untouchable. Part 4. The Chamber Protocols and the Daily Wash. You are not the mask they forced you to wear. You are not the shadow you were forced to hide. You are the untouchable vault. But escaping the movie theater is not a one-time event. It requires daily discipline. If you want to unlock your true identity, here are your 3 take-home chamber protocols. Protocol number 1, the belief audit. Grab a piece of paper today and write down your 3 biggest fears. Now ask yourself, did I naturally develop this fear? Or did someone hand this script to me when I was young? Audit your beliefs. If a belief makes you feel small, it does not belong to you. Return to sender. Protocol number 2, release the beach ball. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Start letting your shadow breathe in small, safe ways. Say no to a small request without giving a long, desperate explanation. Let people be briefly disappointed in you. You will quickly realize that their disappointment cannot actually hurt you. Protocol number 3, the vault lockdown. The next time someone tries to drag you into their chaotic emotional storm, visualize your inner vault. Let them knock on the door. You do not have to answer. The ancient scripture of Romans 12:2 warns us, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Brainwashing is like dirt. It gets on you every single day you step out into society. You have to actively wash your mind. You have to constantly update your psychological software. You must learn how the trap works. You must unlearn the toxic habits that keep you stuck. You must relearn how to lead your own life so you can grow and upgrade into the ultimate version of yourself. Because the day you stop learning is the day you die. If you are ready to stop playing a character in someone else's movie, hit the subscribe button. Step into the chamber. It's time to wake up.